Alright guys, it's our first morning. About to pull anchor and sail for the first time with everybody on board. Everybody excited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Excited. Nervous.
Excited and nervous. It's still dark outside, so we're just waiting for first light. Grayson. Boy.
Kind of like the calm before the storm.
I think so.
Wait. Hurry up and wait.
So yeah, we've got about 15 knots of wind out there right now. It's howling in here in the anchorage, but it's not wild one, so we definitely got a good anchorage. But yeah, I'm a little nervous. Katie's gonna help me pull anchor as soon as we get a little bit of light from the sun, which should be here in the next 30 minutes or so. And we'll head on out. It's gonna take us about 15 minutes to motor out of the bay here and into the ocean, and we'll be off.
Survive.
Yes, hopefully. Is that the bar? Huh?
I just took some video to say that I wasn't feeling good.
Our first trip sailing as a family, and this is where everybody's at.
You're
You
more
can have a
light.
great time.
Watching
and
TV.
You can have a great time.
We're not feeling 100%.
It's a little rough right now. We've got about 25 knots on a broad reach. Sea state's a little rough right now, but about noon it should die down a little bit. Seas will smooth out a little bit, but it's not too bad. Nowhere near what it was the other day when Dad and I were coming down with the captain. All right, so we are about 3/4 of the way through our first sail as a family. Gone 55 nautical miles out of the 77. So that means we have about 18 miles to go. We're losing a little bit of the wind. We're down to about 11 knots apparent. We're running around 4.5 knots now. So it's going to push us back about an hour later than originally anticipated. I think we're currently expected to be in the anchorage around 7:30 p.m. So a little later than what we would hope for. It's going to push us into darkness territory. And I'd rather be anchoring in a new anchorage while the light's still up. But Katie's been she's been rough all day long. She's teetering in and out of seasickness. So her and the boys just kind of taking it easy today. Watched movies, played around, laid in bed. So I don't blame them. It's not a good feeling. I hate that for them. But hopefully after today and hopefully after a few more days, they'll kind of get into a rhythm and hopefully it'll pass. All right, so it's been a long day. We are almost to the finish line. It's getting a little dark and the wind shifted on us, so had to drop the sails and flip on the motors. We should be getting there in about another hour or so, which will put us there at a little after, right about 7 o'clock. Sun's starting to set now, so we'll probably be in darkness here in about 30 minutes. But it's been a long day. I'm exhausted. I know Katie and the kids are too. This is the not fun part of the adventure. I thought this would be a little bit more fun, the trip south, but it's a little taxing. Just full days of sailing and not a whole lot of adventure. So, we may have to slow it down a little bit, stop at a few places, and just kind of explore as we go and break up the trip. But we're getting there.
We ended up having to spend the next day anchored right off of Bird Island, as the winds were not in our favor to continue our passage south. After a day of rest, the next day called for the perfect sailing conditions, and it did not disappoint. The sun was out and the wind was favorable. While the seas were rolling with 8-foot swells, it was not choppy and bouncing us around, keeping my seasickness at bay. It was so nice out, we decided to bypass what would have been our next anchorage and continue an additional 8 hours, taking us into Charleston. It ended up being an 18-hour sail when all was said and done. I took the helm for a few hours while Cole napped so he could take the last leg into Charleston. With Christmas being only a week away and a slew of new boat projects that came to our attention during the passage, we decided to pull into Charleston Harbor Marina for a couple of weeks. We are heading up to the resort's tiki bar. They're having live music and kids games, and they have a little man-made beach and food and drinks and stuff, so should be fun.
Can't get my drink open. There we go. Daddy needs his drink.
Are you enjoying this marina and resort, Paul?
I am. It's a really cool place. Yeah, I've never been in a marina that has all the amenities that the resort has. Normally you just have the marina and a bathroom, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty cool. The pool, the hot tub, all the little play areas for the kids. Can't beat the view with the bridge and the boats in the background. But yeah, I love it. So hopefully we'll have some fun tonight and kids burn off some energy.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free.
The next day, Lincoln and I took a short walk over to the Patriots Point Naval Museum for a little history lesson to tour the USS Yorktown aircraft carrier, the USS Laffey destroyer, and the USS Clamagore submarine. All three were built in the early 40s as the fighting in World War II was raging on. In 1945, the Yorktown would see a Japanese bomb go through her flight deck and explode near the ship's hull. She survived the assault but lost 6 men with another 26 wounded. She would continue fighting and would play an integral part in the sinking of the famed Japanese battleship Yamato, the biggest and most powerfully armed battleship ever constructed. Ooh, you know where we are now?
No.
The pilot house. This is where they steered the boat. Come here, look at this. So, you want to jump down there?
Yeah.
You want to jump? All the way down there.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because that's a long way down.
Oh, Daddy, pancakes!
Pancakes!
Yummy.
They don't look too good. The bacon,
Dad,
sausage don't look like Papa Tom's, does it?
Dad, you know what I only like here? That and that. That's only nothing ugly.
The USS Clamagore never saw active fighting as she was still in training at the end of the war. She would patrol our East Coast for 30 years until being decommissioned in 1975. I'm happy we were able to see her when we did, as the museum is currently forming a plan to sink her at the Vermilion Reef site as an artificial reef. To walk through a submarine and experience what it would be like to actually live in something like that for even just a few moments was incredibly eye-opening.
The snug fit, but not for me. Maybe for little Big Giant Papa right there recording.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go
This is
back.
the engine room, Lincoln.
Yeah, can we please go back?
You bored?
Yes. Can I make stuff? So, right here. And then I'm grabbing right here.
Oh, it's a snug fit, Lincoln. Oh! Ah! It was very interesting to tour these vessels. Keeping the furniture as is and seeing the technology that was used back then was like taking a step back in time. The Laffey was one of the first battleships to be equipped with a computer, a room filled with knobs and screens that did a fraction of what our cell phone can do today. Lincoln may not have appreciated the history as much as I did, but I'm still glad we were able to experience it together. All right, where are we at in here, Lincoln? What does this say right there?
Open or end get.
Bridge. Open bridge.
Open bridge.
Good job.
With me. Be free.
Join us on our next video as we plan and provision for 4 months in the Bahamas. where we buy and stock up on all the needed groceries to get us through our trip. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.